Hi there Taurus, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your intuitive tarot reading for October. Taurus, let's see what's on the cards. I'm going to get started with the Sacred Power reading cards from Anna Stark. We'll then be going to the Work Your Light Oracle, drawing you an overarching tarot card from the Moonchild Tarot, and then getting out your tarot story with the Rider-Waite clarified with the Starchild Tarot. So, well, that one's poking out already. Communication. Yeah, so Taurus, there could be an honest, truthful, authentic communication that needs to happen this month. You might need to speak your truth, share your voice, work on that throat chakra. Boundaries. And maybe it is to assert your boundaries, to say, no when you really mean it. Not to say yes and then kick yourself afterwards that you haven't kept your boundaries. Speak your truth and share your voice also. And I really feel that that is going to lead to a transformation for you, rising in your power, like a phoenix from the ashes. When we step into our power, when we, respect our own values and our own truth and our own boundaries, we transform. Oh, beautiful start here, Taurus. Let's get a Work Your Light out. Stop. Pleiades, double mission, channeling, uplifting humanity. This doesn't come out very often, and it actually came out when I was doing one of the weeklies just earlier today. And some of you might be having an awakening to the fact that maybe you are a light worker. What does that mean? Well, basically you have another role to help with the shift in consciousness. That doesn't mean that you need to be a tarot reader or a healer. It may just mean that you need to keep your own vibration high by, being the phoenix, because sometimes it's just through experiencing your vibration that other people get lifted up as well. And that's why it's important to honor your truth and honor those boundaries and operate in integrity to yourself, Taurus. High Priestess is your overarching tarot card. Yeah, this is, whether you're male or female, this is what you're stepping into. Somebody who is deeply in tune with their conscious and subconscious. Somebody who has access to their own intuitive forces, and from that place can make, really good decisions for themselves. This is an energy that says trust your intuition. You can really trust in that inner wisdom that you have. So you might be feeling more intuitive this month. There could be a message that comes through your intuition. But also the High Priestess is the revealer of mysteries when the time is right. So there could be some information that comes to you through intuition, or just as revealed, maybe even through some kind of communication. Let's see where it's going here, guys. So Taurus, I'm going to begin with the present energy. What has led you to the situation that's unfolding in October? Oh, we've lost a candle. Sorry, Taurus. It's okay. Taurus. Present energy. The moon. Yes. Very interesting because, the High Priestess will reveal what is in the half-light of the moon. Blocks, challenges, or obstacles. Here we go. The communication, a Knight of Swords. Let's go for the advice from the universe or tarot. Victory. Victory, success, and the outcome, near future energy. We've got the Five of Cups. Yeah, I do feel like you are closing out a cycle here, Ten of Swords, and I think it is maybe a cycle of keeping things hidden, maybe keeping your own truth hidden. We're going to claim victory over that this month. Let's get the clarifiers. It could change the game. Clarifying the moon with the Three of Swords. Clarifying the Knight of Swords. Oh, the Sun. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see when we've got the Ten of Swords in a reading. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. King of Wands card of Leo clarifies the Six of Wands. And I've got the Knight of Swords again, clarifying the Five of Cups. I've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So what I'm seeing here, Taurus, is potentially a theme of some kind of secrets of the past maybe have ended up in hurt. Potentially something like what hasn't been communicated, what hasn't been spoken. And it's really a time of, you know, bringing things out into the open this month. So I'm not sure if that's meaningful to anyone out there, but I mean, look at this. We've got in the present position the Moon and the Three of Swords. And let's not forget that we've got that High Priestess as the overarching energy. And I really feel that this has been the journey of, you know, what goes on behind the scenes, behind the shroud. The Moon can be that is hidden. It can link to deceptions as well. I will say that definitely with the Ten of Swords in the reading, that it can be betrayal or deception. So there could have been something going on behind the scenes for a period of time, and I feel like the High Priestess, the energy of that may have either already revealed it to you, or it's going to be revealed to you this month, because as I said, she's the one that shines light into those dark corners. You know, she is the revealer of mysteries. We also have the Sun in the reading. The Sun is the energy that can eclipse the Moon, that can shine into those dark corners where those secrets lie and expose them. And, you know, look, it could be with the, I always notice the Wild Wolf and the Tame Dog in the Moon card, and it could be somebody who is presented two sides to you, you know, two faces, and that could be, you know, what is being revealed here, especially with boundaries. That boundaries card in the oracles could be somebody who has overstepped your boundaries. Could be in love, it could be in work. Obviously it's a general reading, guys, so you'll need to relate it to a situation. You know, sometimes in a work situation we aren't told all the information when we go on for a job, or maybe boss, manager, supervisor or colleague, they could, you know, actually withhold information at times to play people off against each other. You know what goes on in workplaces. It can be quite dirty tactics, and some people do that in love as well. But there's a real sense of, you know, the secrets being exposed this month, and that is going to be what really reveals that path forward for you, that path forward so that you can transform the situation. And yeah, there could be some hurt journey this month over that. I mean, we do have the Three of Swords here, which can be anything from sadness and sorrow, loss, disappointment, right through to heartbreak. Yeah, so it could be different for all of you. But what I always say when the Three of Swords comes out, Taurus, is that moment when we're feeling all the pain and we're in the tears and that, and we can't imagine, you know, ever recovering. That is actually the first step of the healing process, which is the first step of manifesting a new beginning. And that's why it's the three, right? It's the beginning of creation, because we have ended something and we always create something else out of that. So that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Okay, the blocks, obstacles or challenges. I've got the Knight of Swords and the Sun. So for me, you know, this comes down to potentially the communication. You know, there could be a block of, you know, you standing up for yourself, you expressing yourself, you expressing your truth, because the Knight of Swords can be about communication. But the thing is that when we have maybe felt that something's going on behind the scenes for a while and we've sat and watched it, but we haven't called it out, we haven't drawn attention to it, and we haven't spoken up and shared our truth, we get to a point sometimes where the lid comes off, right, and it all comes, all the communication comes out, and it can come out quite harshly. So this could be that situation, right, where, you know, the snapping point. So just be careful and be mindful with your communication. It could mean that this is the card of Gemini, but if it's not about the communication factor, this is about the progress forward, and it could mean that there's a block or challenge around moving forward, because obviously we've got a situation here that either needs to be resolved or, you know, exposed or something like that. But the Sun is the energy that can do that. It's the healing energy that shines light, exposes, reveals what's in those shadows of the Moon, which is in those shadows behind the pomegranate curtain of the High Priestess. The Sun is the most positive card in the tarot deck, Taurus. Let's not forget that. So it really says that, You know, the future is bright beyond this situation. You're the one rising like the phoenix from the ashes. You know, you are the one here that's potentially a light worker. I don't think that you are the one in the shadows here. So we keep that in mind. It says the worst is over. And it is a real card of overcoming obstacles and stepping into the light. So, you know, Tarot is just saying there could be some issues with overcoming this obstacle so that you can really move forward at pace here. This is a card of rebirth as well, so it really fits well with the Phoenix rising. Now, in the advice from Spirit or Tarot, we've got the King of Wands and we've got the Six of Wands. Beautiful. So this is the claiming of the victory, you know, through speaking out, through sharing your truth, through exposing something that's been going on. There's a victory to be claimed here. And, I mean, the King of Wands, card of Leo, can be a boss or mentor kind of energy, father-in-law, that kind of thing. So it could be the person who's involved here, maybe you know, asserting authority in unconstructive ways, or doing something behind the scenes here, just potentially, because it's a victory crowning the King of Wands here. So I really feel that could be the other party that's involved here. But again, the Six of Wands talks about riding out of a darker time. In the Rider version of the Sun, we see the baby on the horse who's bursting through the brick wall. So again, it's that you know, the brighter time after the hardship, because we've taken the inspired action of the Ace of Wands. You know, we've used our power, our voice, our communication constructively, and that's why we rise like the phoenix. And it says that you're moving into a time of healing, of harmony, number 6. And it's also a card of public acclaim or recognition as well. So there could be, if this is a workplace situation, you know, you could be the one who's speaking up and sharing your voice, but it's going to come out that other people were experiencing the same thing. Other people were being harassed by this person. Other people suffered at the loss of this person. Other people experienced the power struggle as well. And you're going to be the one that's, like, you know, being praised because you were the one that brought it to light. So I know it's kind of a specific reading, guys, but that's just what's coming up. So interestingly, I might just grab a clarifier here. So this is our future outcome. We've got the Five of Cups, we've got the Knight of Swords again, and we've got the Ten of Swords. So we've really got the closure of this situation. Oh, look what's behind there, Seven of Swords. Yeah, I do feel like somebody has been doing a bit of a deception behind the back. So we've got the ending. Yes, there's pain involved. We've got the Knight of Swords. That's the forward progress. We've got the Five of Cups, which is kind of an energy of making sure that we don't stay in the disappointment of this. I want one more because I want to see what is on the other side if we can. Can we have Three of Wands? Yeah. Okay, so if it is like a workplace situation, I think you're going to be looking elsewhere. Let's get all these cards here. So Taurus, you know, the Ten of Swords means there is going to be a completion or an ending out of this, and I think it's going to be final. With the Ten of Swords, there's not much of a comeback from this because we have been betrayed, we have been burnt out. It's not necessarily a very painless ending. However, look at that yellow sky there. That's about to eclipse that darkness. That is, you know, spirit that's with you. That is the new beginning. That is the sun energy that's in this reading. And that is the light of the Three of Wands here. So we'll talk about that in a moment. What I want to talk about here is the Five of Cups. That shows somebody, you know, focusing on the disappointments, you know, the Three of Swords, the Three Cups, the three pieces of pain, the three hurts. However, the past is the past. What happened in the situation has transpired. There's no way to get that wine back in the cups and rectify it. So we just have to have acceptance over the past. You know, otherwise we can stay in the energy of it, stay attached to it, and that's when we can get the depression, the sadness, the grief, the loss. And then we can miss the opportunities, those two perfect cups right behind you, right? This is a number 5. You're at the point of change here. It's like, are you going to let the situation own you? You know, or are you going to take some really good inspired action to move forward, to turn away from this, surrender to what has happened and move on? Because the past really can be, you know, the thief of the present moment. So what I see on the other side of the situation, Taurus, is the Three of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So the Three of Wands is quite different from the Five of Cups, because Five of Cups shows someone who's looking back at the past and staying stuck in it. The person in the Three of Wands has turned their back on the past. They're not engaging with it. They've realised that there's nothing there for them anymore, and they're only focused on the new ventures, the horizon, what else is out there for me. So I feel like you will be moving on, probably physically if this is a job situation. Hey, this could be playing out in love as well, but you're going to be looking elsewhere. Three, you've got like a bigger dream here. You've got something else to go and create, and you're going to take the action to move forward and do that. And you will be successful, but the successes will come in the next season, because at the moment we're in transition here, right? We're in the transitional phase. But what I love about this particular Knight of Swords, it's so much calmer than the previous one. So if you are communicating, you're communicating thoughtfully and mindfully. What I also see in this Knight of Swords is the sword that is very much like the sword that sits under the soldier in the Four of Swords. It says to you that the strategy, the battle plan, the breakthrough that you need to move ahead will come to you. It will come to you, but it comes to you when you have detached from the situation, when you've turned your back on it and you are looking forward. So Taurus, that's what I've got for you. It's kind of a specific little situation here. I'm going to leave it there though, and I do hope that this resonated for some of you. Keep in mind it is a general reading for the collective, so of course it won't be everyone's reading. Feel free to drop me a comment. I do read them all and try to respond to as many as I can. It does help me get to know you guys and connect with your energies, and I will see you back here throughout the month for plenty more readings.